Yeah, good night, good night, good night, good night. Yes, we live tonight. We live, we live. All right. I want to do this program because the man in Grenada we call the chief medical officer in this country called Grenada. A couple of days, the chief medical officer came on the news and he said in 2021, and he said before 2021, cancer was the #1 cause of death in Grenada. He said after COVID, 2022 and 2023, he now said that cancer is again the #1 killer of Grenadians. Yeah? And second behind that is heart disease, heart troubles. So we have my nephew who is a cardiologist. I don't think he's still in Grenada, but he came in Grenada to see about people who is suffering from trouble in the heart. And then the chief medical officer said also that the third leading cause of death in Grenada is complication from diabetes. But in Grenada, we do have, as he said, lots of respiratory troubles. Do you all know that India, Delhi, is the most polluted city in the world? In India? Yeah? So once you have lots of pollution, you will have respiratory troubles. That's common sense. And because Grenada now is having more cars than people ain't walking no more, we seem to be having lots of respiratory troubles. And I'm saying it's going to get worse. So a sister called me and she said she had triple negative breast cancer. And she did chemotherapy and she did radiation. Yeah? And she said after these treatments, she removed the breast. Yeah? Cancer came back. Because with triple negative breast cancer, you have a 5 or less year survival rate. Yeah? So, now her cancer is back. And because she has triple negative breast cancer, the cancer went into her chest cavity and it is also in her liver. Yeah? So, I'm going to teach you how you can prevent these guys, free radicals, from causing harm and causing you to get not only cancer, but other diseases. So first, we're going to talk about free radicals. The molecules. If you study biology or chemistry, you're going to know what I'm talking about. The molecules. And remember we said we have electrons. See? So these guys, although they are found in the body, they are the culprit of premature aging. And they are the culprit of us getting cancer long term. So we're going to read what they do. We're going to talk a little bit about triple negative breast cancer and what women should know, or what your doctor do not tell you about breast cancer making you die from that disease. Women. Free radicals. How do free radicals hurt us humans? During metabolism of the food that we eat, yeah, and don't forget, we have that little booklet coming out soon, and we talk about free radicals in my book. So by the ending of November, we're going to have a big book signing at Ambrosia and in Atlanta, yeah? And you're going to learn a lot about the digestive system and about circulation and about the heart. Passages in the book, yeah? So during metabolism of foods, or being exposed to environmental toxins, Roundup, Gramazone, pesticide, herbicides, toxins, electromagnetic fields. Yeah? When we are exposed to these environmental toxins, that is when free radicals develop. Yeah? When in excess, free radicals can damage our cells. And in the process of damaging our cells, these free radicals can cause many diseases. No doctor could do that. They can cause many diseases and cause premature aging also. So you might be 40 or 35, 37, and because you have an excessive amount of free radicals internally, they can cause you to look older faster. Or you can get hair, they call it gray hair faster. Yeah? I call it, what do we call purple hair? So the free radicals can cause premature aging. I call it white hair, not gray hair, white hair. The body's defense system that God put in our body, our body defense system can remove these free radicals if they are in excess. Because, as I said before, they are naturally made from food metabolism, how we eat our foods. Yeah. So the body, if the body is in balance, the body can remove these free radicals if they are in excess. In very high concentrations, free radicals can damage our DNA, which is the management of our cells. That's where the trouble starts. Yeah? And some of the environmental toxins can also damage our DNA. Follow. So a lot of them people who giving all the joke and jab, they're also damaging your DNA. And that's the reason why lots of people who get in the joke and the jab, coming on with cancers and autoimmune diseases, because it starts affecting your DNA, which is the management of your cells. But they would never admit that to you because they know for a fact that if they admit their wrongs, they know for a fact that what you can do, yeah, to sue them. Right, so we know now that the free radicals can be removed if they are in excess. In very high concentrations, free radicals can damage our DNA, cells, and these free radicals can cause cancer to develop. Plus, other health conditions like cataracts. The free radicals can cause autoimmune diseases like lupus, muscular dystrophy, myasthenia gravis, sarcoidosis, Sjogren's syndrome. Yeah, these free radicals can cause cancer to develop, plus other health conditions like autoimmune diseases and heart disease. I want a doctor and a nurse to come on my post and tell me no that I'm talking garbage, because that is a fact. So the free radicals can not only cause cancer, they cause premature aging in excess. The excessive amount of free radicals can cause heart disease. The excessive amount of free radicals can cause cataracts. The excessive amount of free radicals can cause lupus, scleroderma, muscular dystrophy. And all the excessive amount of free radicals can also cause brain troubles. In excess, I'm going to use the word loosely, excess, because your body do create free radicals through food metabolism. Yeah? So fried foods can increase free radicals. Barbecue foods can increase free radicals. Yeah? Greasy foods can increase free radicals. Yeah? Foods that sit in the digestive system for a long period of time, causing fermentation and putrefaction, can cause free radicals to develop. But we know they could cause heart disease also. Yeah? Over here. The subcellular, I'm going to use the word cellular, cellular, on a cellular level, the subcellular changes in our equilibrium can cause free radicals to increase oxidative stress, which can cause cardiomyopathy. Follow what I said. I said the subcellular changes in our equilibrium can cause free radicals to increase oxidative stress. That's why we have antioxidants. Oxidative stress, which can cause cardiomyopathy, heart troubles, and even heart attacks. Yeah. So your heart attack don't always come from blockages in your arterial walls. It could come from the cellular changes in your equilibrium that can cause these free radicals to increase, causing oxidative stress. And in turn, it can cause you to get cardiomyopathy. Yeah. What is cancer? Cancer is a bunch of abnormal cells in the medical system. That's what they won't tell you. Yeah? Is a bunch of abnormal cells that divide out of control while destroying organs and destroying your tissues. Now, somebody come and say, Patrick, that will be all of cancer cells, right? Hagley?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, that's what they say.
That's what they say, right?
Yeah.
But you have cells that can become sick. And because your immune system don't pick them up and destroy them, they can mutate into a cancer cell or a sick cell. Yeah? So they could, what we call it they call it in the medical system, initiation. Initiation. Progression. Yeah? So that cell that's good and turn a robot, he can initiate into a bad cell, a cancer cell, and then he could initiate and then progress into a cancer cell, and he could move into the circulatory system. They call it migration. That's what happened to you when you get cancer. But because you ain't know how to prevent migration, I'm gonna teach you how to do that tonight. You go in and take your chemotherapy and your radiation and your surgery, but your cancer keep coming back. Your cancer keep coming back after 5 years, after 3 years, after 6 months, because you still have free radicals running around in your system, causing oxidative stress. So, cancer is a bunch of abnormal cells that divide out of control while destroying organs and tissues. Breast cancer is a cancer that forms in the cells of the woman's breast. And there are causes. Yeah? We're going to teach you now, women. Breast cancer, men get breast cancer too. That's what Richard Drumtree had. Shaft, he had breast cancer. So not only women can get breast cancer, men can get breast cancer also. Don't forget that. So breast cancer is a cancer that forms in the cells of the breast, a woman's breast or a man's breast. Yeah? Prostate cancer is a cancer of the men's prostate gland, the small walnut gland that produces seminal fluid. So our prostate is a very small walnut gland, and it secretes that prostatic fluid to help us to have what a good sperm velocity. When cancer develops in the prostate gland, it affects the prostate cells. Yeah? Now, basal cell cancer is a skin cancer that begins in the basal cells, which produces new skin cells. That happens to a lot of Caucasian people. And then you have the sarcoma cancers, because all these cancers here are what we call carcinoma cancers. This is what we call melanoma cancer. Then you have the sarcoma cancers. They are very aggressive. Then you have the triple negative breast cancer, aggressive again too. And then you have the non-Hodgkins, the myelomas, the lymphomas, and the leukemias, neuroblastomas. They have all them names for them, but it's just cancer. All of them is cancer cells. But the medical system gives them all these names, these big names. You know what I mean? Yeah, cardiomyopathy, left ventricle hypertrophy. That's just an enlargement of the left ventricle. Afibrillation. That's only arrhythmia, irregular heartbeat that cause embolism. These big names. You like the big names. You see? So all these cancers here are what we call carcinoma cancers in hollow areas. See? But I'm going to teach you, if you have cancer and you develop toxicity in the system, I'm going to teach you in 60 days what you can do, to don't press these cancer cells, naturally. Go again. Last one. The sister who called, she had triple negative breast cancer, and that cancer will kill the woman quick. 40% of women die from triple negative breast cancer faster than a woman who have ER. So triple negative breast cancer is a cancer that tests negative for ER, estrogen receptor, and PR, progesterone receptor, or HER, human epithelial epidermal growth factor receptor 2. So once you have triple negative breast cancer, you are negative for all of those. You see what I'm saying? But if you have the BRCA gene, 1 or 2, the BRCA gene can be triple negative breast cancer also. So women, you have to educate yourselves about the cancer that you want to have. See? And that's why I said before that the medical system is significant, because they can determine what type of cancer that you have. So we don't want to fight on no doctors. But they have to learn how you can heal, or how they can heal the body naturally from the earth. And that's what they learn yet. So, triple negative breast cancer, a cancer that tests negative for ER-PR receptor, or EHER, human epidermal growth factor receptor 2. So if you are negative for these cancers here, the woman, the doctor will know for a fact that you have triple negative breast cancer, which is aggressive if you don't have DCIS, breast cancer, ductal carcinoma in situ, in the nipple of the breast, not in the lobule of the breast. Now, I want you to mark down these herbs, because there are much more. And all these herbs here have research, and they have scientific evidence proving that they have anti-tumor activity because of some of the compounds that is found in these herbs. Inulin, tannins, glycosides. Follow me. Linolene. Now, herbs that can fight any type of cancer. Herbs that can fight any type of cancer. God put them on the earth for us to use. Any type of cancer. Sarcoma, triple negative, aggressive. So if you have triple negative breast cancer, you have to be aggressive, because he's aggressive too. So you, the person, the woman or the man who have a triple negative breast cancer or a sarcoma cancer, we know that the chemotherapy don't really work for those type of cancers. They can only treat you, but they can't cure you. So you have to get more aggressive, because he the triple negative breast cancer is aggressive also. So you have to be more aggressive than him. You follow? And you have to go down to the earth. And you have to dig up all the wheat grass and the barley and the chlorophyll and feed him them things there. And he can never ever kill you off. Yeah? Because the sister is in the 4th stage. Her cancer came back. Triple negative. After how long? After what? 6 months of taking off your breast? So they make you all feel when you all take off all your breast. Yeah? You take off a piece of your liver. You cut out your piece of your intestines. They take out your lung. They take out a tumor. When you take out your body part, you're fixing your cancer. The cancer is still there. All they are doing is just removing the part of the body that have the cancer. And that's why the cancer keep on coming back to you. You see what I'm saying? Yeah? So, first one is called sweet sop, they call it graviola. This herb, from the sweet sop or the sour sop leaves, or the fruit itself, have xanthones, like noni, and all the other fruits, like ackee berries. They have xanthones. And what they do is, they go in, and people say they kill cancer cells. That's not true. They don't kill cancer cells, but they help your body to create these cells, these chemicals, from what? From the cytotoxic cell, from the NK cells, to kill cancer cells. That if you don't have lots of free radical damage in the system, in the blood, because the blood is your life. You have blood deficiency, you're deficient. Because the cancer drop your HB and you become anemic. You follow? So once you become anemic, that cancer will take advantage on your deficiency of the blood. So that's the reason why you have to go to your spleen and build the blood. And that's the reason why you have to go to your liver to what? To store the blood. And that's why you have to go to the herbs to move the blood. You see? And that's why you have to go to the herbs to move toxins out of the blood. Graviola, sheep sorrel, scientific evidence, help to restore the body naturally from cancer. It is in my protocol angio blockers, because I created angio blockers because I looked them up and I studied them. And what I did was I realized that the medical system do not know how to prevent angiogenesis. That's why you can't fix your cancer, because he don't know how to send back the cells to the resting place, the bad cell that is. So he don't know. So he can only do three things: surgery, radiation, and chemotherapy. That's what he knows. But none of these treatments, these 3 treatments, they don't know how to prevent angiogenesis. But I studied, and God gave me wisdom, and I said, look at these plants here. And what I learned is some of these plants go in and they prevent the cancer cell from adhering on your vascular walls. And once that cancer cell cannot attach or adhere to your vascular walls, that cancer cell can never grow. So you start to create angiogenesis or prevent it. You see? And to prevent that, you got to go to what? Diastin and genestin, because Dr. Mitchell Gaynor, he proved to the medical system that diastin and genestin also can prevent angiogenesis. Take that. So what I did was, I put all these herbs in a formula with other Chinese plant, and I call it angiogenesis because it shrinks tumors, because it prevents your cells from creating blood vessels so your cancer can feed and grow. Right, son? Exactly. How you call it, son? Angiogenesis, right? So we prevent angiogenesis. That's why your cancer keep on coming back. Because you don't know how to prevent angiogenesis. Yeah? They want to kill me off eventually. But we have protection from the Most High. Sheep sorrel. Astragalus. This is a wonderful plant for cancer. But when you have cancer in the lung, yeah, because he prevents lots of these bad cells from coming in. And he builds up the immune system also. Chaga, turkey tail. See that here? Mushrooms. People say they're fungus. Good funguses. Chaga is one of the best mushrooms because it builds up the immune reservoir. And if you mix him with turkey tail, maitake, and you put them together with shiitake and cordyceps, and you increase your immune reservoir, I don't see how cancer won't kill you. Because he increases these cells and he increases the Th1 lymphocyte. Ask your doctor about that. Th1 lymphocyte do the opposite to the Th2 lymphocyte. Women learn that. So when you have ER breast cancer or you have HER breast cancer as a woman, you have to create and promote the function of your Th1 lymphocyte. Teach a doctor that if you don't know. And you have to drop the Th2 lymphocyte because the Th2 lymphocyte is the bad guy that creates that make more tumors grow in your breast and in your lymph system and in your lung and in your chest cavity, whereby the Th1 lymphocyte does the opposite. So you're the woman who is suffering from ER and HER breast cancer and DCIS breast cancer and even triple negative breast cancer, you have to raise the Th1 lymphocyte and drop the Th2 lymphocyte. How do you do that, Patrick? By dropping your cortisol level from the adrenal glands. Yeah? And dropping your estrogen levels if you're ER, estrogen receptor breast cancer. Chaga, turkey tail, maitake, kojo root. My boy brings some for me today. Come right there. Upcoming herbalist in Grenada. Kurt Hagley. He bought me some kojo root. They call it guinea hen weed. Lots of men in Jamaica will tell you, man, I have prostate cancer. I take some guinea hen weed and my prostate cancer is negative. My PSA went back down. Because kojo root is rampant in Grenada. Yeah? But it's called guinea hen weed. Good for cancer. Yeah? And we also know that lots of women who have breast cancer do have lots of free radicals because these herbs, this one called Lytos popum, he removed free radicals. He removed them. He prevents oxidative stress. This guy right here, this good stuff, look him up. I studied him in school. Yeah? And he removed lots of free radicals, and he also prevent oxidative stress, and he prevent oxidation of your cells. You follow me? Because lots of people have what we call oxygen free radicals. When you go to the gym, you feel you're doing a good thing. I'm exercising all day. 45 minutes a day I'm exercising. Yeah, you're doing all good. But you are creating oxygen free radicals in the process. Okay? And you find out you have cancer. You say, well, I'm going to the gym every day and exercising. Why I get cancer? Because you were creating oxygen free radicals in the gym. So this herb remove free radicals and oxidative stress. And if you want to fix any type of cancer, you must remove oxidative stress and you must remove free radicals. Yeah? Eripita albas, citrus peel from the oranges and the tangerine. We call it L-cadherins. Yeah? They prevent migration. They have linolene, and they also prevent your tumor from creating blood vessels. They have anti-tumor activity, but you throw it away. And then you have these big companies now taking all the same citrus fruits on skin and putting it into a compound called what? They call it again? Modified citrus pectin. MCP. Modified citrus pectin that uncoat your cancer cells when they're moving into the bloodstream and cause your immune system to pick them up and say, hey, yo, you was camouflaging. Or MCP, orange peel, citrus peel. Uncoat you now, and now I can catch you, sucker, and kill you off. But the man don't teach you that because he can make the money from that. Your oncologist can't teach you that. He won't teach you them things because he will say, oh, he's talking garbage. He's a quack. But let him go do the research. Scientific evidence on these. You see? But he know, and if you learn these things, you won't want to take his poison. because his poisoning your cells, your good and your bad cells. Yeah, and he giving you that poison. He created more poison in your system. So you can never fix a poison with a poison. You can never fix a toxic disease with a toxic drug. It ain't gonna happen. And that's the reason why when you have high blood pressure, you gotta take a drug till you die. That's the reason why when you have diabetes, you gotta take metformin till you die. That's why when you have all these troubles, you have to take this drug forever. Ginger is my natural radiation, hot like fire. So when they give me radiation, I give you ginger. I make it hot. And then I go to your blood, and then I go to your organs, and I detoxify them. Yeah? And I build up your NK cells. Yeah? And I build up your cytotoxic cells and your B cells. Because that's the reason why God put them in you. And then you have sarsaparilla, because this herb is very good for the skin, but it's also important to get rid of endotoxin in the gut. Yeah? But it is not water soluble. It is much better in what? In capsules or in tinctures. Like black horse and milk thistle. They are not water soluble friendly. So the water don't remove the chemicals from this plant. And black horse. And also the next herb called milk thistle. You must put them in a tincture or you extract the chemicals and standardize them. That's it, right, son? Let's go now to the board. So now we go into a 60-day program. And I want you to do that program if you have cancer. And go back to your doctor and do your CA 15.3 as a woman, your CA 27.29 as a woman, your CA 19.9 as a man who has pancreatic cancer. Yeah? A PSA if you have prostate cancer. Yeah? Or a CEA, a carcinogen embryonic antigen test. I don't know if we're going to take it down, but we're going to put it up for you. And every day creating programs. So when you do this program here, yeah, you ain't creating no free radicals. You ain't creating no free radicals. And you are going to get rid of oxidative stress. Doing this program. Let's go. Chat. Can make it a little bigger, son. Wonderful. Let's go. Let's go. Chat. Bring it up, son. Yeah. Let's go. 60-day cancer program created by Patrick Dale. What is the first objective, Patrick? Your first objective is to create a hostile environment internally to cancer. That is the purpose of this program. To create a hostile environment. So when a cancer cell comes into me, I hostile. He can't come in. I kick him out. See, the reason why you're getting cancer on a regular basis is because you don't know how to kick out the cancer cell. You see? Because you are not creating a hostile environment. You're eating in the nighttime. You're going to sleep with food in your belly. You're eating 3 and 4 meals per day. You're not getting no rest. You're stressed out every day. And stress causes the cells to get the tissue to get messed up also. It creates free radicals also. Yeah? You have bad mind. A lot of people have bad mind. They're jealous. They're envious. They hate. They don't have no forgiveness. So then you must have these cancer cells coming in and say, oh, he's soft, man. He's easy. And they come into you. So the first thing you have to do is to create a hostile environment internally by keeping your cells at peak for them guys. Goal number 2, keep the immune system at peak. That's the reason why God gave it to you. God puts it in you to protect you from cancer cells, fungi, parasites, viruses. Yeah? So you have to keep them at peak. So any kind of virus come in, before they come in, you could kick them out. Every day, and you can kill them too. Goal number 3, allow nutrients to go into the cells and toxins to come out of the cells. You cannot have toxins going in and can't come out. You will fix cancer that way. And because they take all the chemotherapy and you have all these toxins, these toxic drugs affecting your nerve, giving you neuropathy, affecting your bones, you know, how are you going to create a toxic environment? How are you going to have nutrients going into the cells and toxic and waste coming out of the cells? Let's go again, sir. Think what happened? So you have to allow nutrients and allow toxins to come out. Right here. See it here? Healthy cell. Unhealthy cell, healthy cell. This cell is having a lot of waste going in, but it can't come out. This cell have the nutrient going in and moving the waste out. That's the key to fixing cancer. Goal number 4. We're going to tonify and stimulate the organ system so they can throw off the sickness. Because if the organs are stimulated, yeah, they can in turn throw off any sickness that you have. So we have to tonify first, and we're going to tune them up, and then we're going to stimulate them so that they can throw off the sickness for you. Goal number 5. We're going to increase antioxidant to prevent oxidative stress and damage, to protect your cells from free radical damage. We just said before that the free radicals can damage your DNA, which is the management of your cell, the nucleus, internal. So we're going to increase antioxidant arsenal to protect your cells from being damaged by the free radicals, the molecules. All right? Creating a hostile environment for cancer. First thing is the rainbow diet. The diet of the rainbow. Using the good fats, not the bad fats. The high nutrient diet, no junk food or low junk food diet. If you don't have cancer, no low junk food. If you have cancer, no junk food. If you don't have cancer, low, high nutrient, low junk food diet. If you have cancer, no junk food diet. Don't go back. Hostile environment to cancer also is a high magnesium and potassium and low sodium diet. Right, ugly. Don't forget, a high, and lots of Americans, 80% of the Americans is lacking in magnesium. That's why you all have heart troubles. That's why heart disease is killing the Americans. Because 80% of Americans is lacking in that mineral called magnesium. So you have to have a high magnesium and potassium and a low sodium diet. You have to keep the pH at alkaline of a pH of 7.4, 7.45 in the arterial blood, in the venous blood, and in the capillary blood. And if you do have cancer, you're going to raise it up to 8.3 pH. You're going to eat the foods that is going to eliminate waste matter regularly. Exactly. That's the key. This is the key. Not only to prevent cancer and prevent DNA damage, but also to put the body in a balanced state so that your body can produce your cells to kill any cancer cell that is moving around in your body, plus preventing oxidative damage and stress to the system, to the cells. What is the phytonutrient drink Patrick does? You have to have, phyto means plant. Don't forget, phyto means plant. And this phytonutrient drink don't have no pesticide. They don't have no herbicide. They don't have no Roundup. They don't have no Gramazone. They don't have no Miracle Grow. They're not full of all these chemicals in your foods. Yeah? So you have to be clean and proper in order for cancer not to come in. And if you do have it, you have to go and clean again and detoxify so that your body can work and kill the cancer cells for you. Phytonutrient drink which have beta carotene, very important for cancer, lutein, very important for the eyes, but for cancer also, lycopene and alpha carotene. What do? Patrick does. They increase the communication between cells, which is important in regulating cell growth in a normal cell rather than a cancerous cell. You know, Harley? That's what they do. So how come your oncologist don't teach you that? Because he don't want you to know these things. He wants you to depend on him for chemotherapy for 6 months and a year. And he sells you the chemotherapy for 9,000 while you buy for 3,000. Yeah? So these drinks right here with beta carotene, lutein, lycopene, and alpha carotene, they increase the communication between your cells, because we said last week you must have communication between cells because they work as a team together. Am I lying, bro?
I did not.
Yeah. So you have to have that great communication between your cells, which is important in regulating your cell growth in a normal cell rather than a cell that is cancerous. Limonene found in lemongrass, citrus fruits like oranges, tangerines, L-carherins. The fruit oil. What did they do, Patrick does? In trials. Teach a doctor these things. In trials, they inhibit both tumor formation and cause regression in existing tumors in women who have triple negative breast cancer. Studies, not me, trials. So how come your doctor won't teach about these trials and tell you about those? These trials are important, even though you are in stage 4 cancer. In trials, limonene found in lemongrass and citrus fruits, tangerine skin, L-carherins, man, prevent migration. In trials, they inhibit both cancer, tumor formation, and cause regression, meaning that they make your cancer cells start shrinking, the tumors start shrinking in existing tumors. I tell you, they want to kill me, but they can't. Jehovah God protecting me every day. I ain't scared of them anyway. I ain't scared to die too. Shoot. Morning. The first day on this program, here we're going to do for me. You're going to get up, you're going to take a cleansing, and then you're going to have a cup of green tea mixed with lymphatic blend, especially if you have breast cancer as a woman. Yeah? Green tea. Wow. Go to the research, scientific evidence. Green tea mixed with a lymphatic blend of what? Cleavers, red clover, red root, violet leaves, echinacea, yeah, figwort, buckthorn bark. Yeah, what these herbs do, they drain the lymphatic system, and because your lymphatic system is part of the immune system, that's where you house your macrophages and your T lymphocytes. They seem to get rid of what we call what? Bacteria. So you have to strengthen the lymphatic system because it's part of the immune system. So what the lymphatic blend does with the green tea, they help to strengthen the lymph nodes and make the vessel become thin, flowing parallel to the bloodstream, and the blood is your life. Plant-based protein shake, bee pollen, sea moss, raw sea moss, minerals to alkaline the blood. If you're a woman multivitamin from plant-based. Yeah, men's multivitamin. 300 milligrams of vitamin C, because we know that studies have shown that lots of vitamin C can prevent infection, number one, and lots of vitamin C is found in the thymus gland, and lots of vitamin C will help the thymus gland to produce thymosin, which will increase your T lymphocyte, which can kill cancer cells for you and prevent your thymus gland from shrinking prematurely, will become vulnerable to cancers. 3,000 milligrams of vitamin C in solution. Keep the pH at 7.0. He also can protect the melanite cells with people who have melanoma cancer, because he prevents the thymosin. He prevents the enzyme in the melanite cells from self-destructing from violet rays. Thymosin. He does that. So he prevents melanoma. That's what Bob Marley should have used. But Bob Marley did know better. You must use digestive enzymes to help the pancreas. 2 digestive enzymes before each meal or after each meal, every day, after your drink. B12, they don't tell you that also, is very significant for people who have multiple sclerosis, because the B12 prevents the myelin shear it prevents the immune system from damaging the myelin shear, so that you don't have the shear exposed. causing you to have troubles walking, and cause these scars in the brain, in the spine, and in the eyes. B100 and 50 milligrams of zinc and 800 IU of vitamin E. You start with that. Afternoon, that's in the morning time. Afternoon, your lunch should be primary foods, and primary foods should be 40 to 60% of your diet. What are primary foods, Patrick? Whole grains and lesser amount of beans to balance the proteins, the peas, the nuts, and the seeds. You must have a balance. So the primary foods is supposed to be 40 to 60% of your diet on this program. Yeah? And the whole grains and lesser amount of beans and peas, like pinto beans, lentil peas, black-eyed peas, you know? Yeah? To balance the protein in terms of the secondary foods. So you must use the secondary foods with the primary foods to what? To normalize the protein content of the primary foods. Secondary foods, fresh vegetables in season should be made up of 30 to 40% of your diet. Green leafy things, chlorophyll, and you should have 6 to 8 glasses per day. You could go and buy a big car for 40,000. You could go and buy a big house. You could dress up your house for all 15,000. You could pay a big carpenter to come up and put all your drawers in your house, in your kitchen. Yeah? But you can't spend $500 to go and keep your system healthy. You're joking. Because when you die, you're going to leave the house behind. When you die, you're going to leave the big, nice car behind also. Ask Steve Jobs, he will tell you what's happening with that. Ask Steve Jobs, he died from pancreatic. He was a billionaire, and he died from pancreatic cancer. So the secondary foods is fresh vegetables in season should make up 30 to 40% of the diet and have 6 to 8 glasses per day. What? Lettuce, wheatgrass, chlorella, spirulina, barley, young barley, beets, ginger, turmeric. How you gonna get cancer using that? This food here, they create a hostile environment. Cancer can never come in. The Dietary foods. What are the Dietary foods, Patrick? They are fruits and heavy protein like meat, beef, chicken, turkey, pork, fish. They are what you call the Dietary foods. And they're only supposed to be 10 to 20% of your diet. Patrick is crazy. He said fruits should only be 10% of the diet. Yes, I said that. Yes. Fruits and vegetables are important, but fruits can make the body become too cold, and especially in the fall and in the winter time and in the spring. They should only be 10% of your diet in the fall because they make the body become too cold. And number 2, fruits are cooling foods. And on number 3, they can make you eliminate lots of minerals that come from the vegetables because they make you go to the bathroom. That's common sense. See? So you should only have the Dietary foods, which is proteins and fruits, to make up only 10 to 20% of the diet. And only in the summertime, you should have 20% of the diet should be fruits. And in the fall and in the winter and in the spring, only 10% should be your diet from fruits. Because proteins, heavy proteins, are building foods, but they are also toxemia foods because of the length of time they take to come out of your body. So that is the reason why they have their place, but not when you are fighting cancer. Only if you have cachexia or you have the blood deficiency, you can use some of the flesh foods to build the blood, but they should only be 20% of your diet because they are toxemia foods. But when you're in the winter time, you need to curb your joints. So you have to eat lots of these fats. You have to cushion your joints. That's why the Eskimos eat lots of fish, right? salmon, because they're living in a cold climate, so they cushion the joint with all the fats. You have to know. That's why you're getting cancer. That's why cancer is so prevalent in the Caribbean countries, and we have food in season and we still die from cancer. And them all man who studies into the 60s, still old-fashioned. You know, they're up to date yet. Get up to date, man. Right? Dry fruits with nuts and seeds. Lots of onions. Lots of garlic and onions. You see onions? Onions, don't cook your onions out. Don't cook with the allicin. You see onions? If you can just stir fry onions, onions is one of the best food herb for cancer. Especially non-Hodgkin lymphoma, B-cell diffuse Hodgkin lymphoma, and lymphoma. Yeah? And you will have 2 to 3 to 8 glasses of water every day. Liquid, every day. That's in the afternoon. Here we go now. Evening time. Oh, Patrick, does he mad now? Oh my goodness. We eat a big meal in the night time. Oh, we're going to come and eat a big bowl of steak with some plantain and some macaroni and cheese. Patrick, you crazy. Phytonutrient drink, you mad, man. That's where your cancer is spreading. That's where your cancer moving. That's where you're getting cancer. Because when your body is supposed to be empty, you are feeding the body lots of food in the night time. And God created sleep for healing. You see what I'm saying? So you're supposed to leave that body, that digestive system empty when you go to bed. That's what they call the word break fast. You must break the fast from the night before. But because you were taught so wrong, you're eating so bad. You're eating all the starches with the protein. You didn't combine them properly. And you're creating a traffic jam in your digestive system. And then you come home in the nighttime again. You have a big lunch. And you go home in the evening time. And the wife give you a nice big plate of food with some steak and some rice plantain and macaroni and cheese and some potato salad and some gravy on top of that. And you eat that with a big glass of juice full of white sugar. And then you eat that at 8, 9 o'clock in the nighttime, and you go to bed at 10 o'clock. And you do that for 20 years, 30 years. And then you go to have sex with your wife, and the wife say, what's going on, boy? You can't rise. Why? Because she killed your penis eventually. Huh? She killed your penis unconsciously. Because she didn't know better, because she was taught by her mother how to treat and feed her husband. See what I'm saying? So in the evening time, a phytonutrient drink. Phytonutrient, phyto means plant. So when you go to bed, that's gone. Water and any liquid soup with no protein in the food. No protein in your foods. So you could have some soup with some green pepper, yellow peppers, okra, onions, garlic, yeah, some plants like dankwi to move the blood. And when you use that in the evening time, you by 1 hour, they're gone. They're out of the system. So when you go and rest your head on your bed and you go, yeah, no, you could sleep better, because no, this here, the earth system, the lower organ, the lower burner is empty. Down here is empty. And then you got a good rest, and then the body starts to regenerate. 8 p.m. to 1 a.m., all the endocrine glands that regenerating. 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. in the morning, your liver and your pancreas start to pick up, start to regenerate. 3 a.m. to 4:30 a.m. in the morning, your kidney now is picking up all the acid from the tissues in the system and chuck it out in the urine in the morning, so you must be acidic. The first urine catch in the morning. That's if you're doing the right thing. And the body is balanced. And then you have all your cells now is working together, because they work as a team. So when anything comes into you, they hostile. Yeah, they hostile to that sucker, that cancer cell, that parasite, that HPV, that HSV, that HIV, all of them, they hostile to them. So they can't get in. But then they come in, they kill them off. Yeah? Woo! Green tea. Let's look at green tea. Green tea inhibits the protein ukinase. Look it up. The protein. A protein central to the growth and spread of cancer cells. The green tea with the lymphatic blend inhibits that protein. Inhibits it. Do the research. That studies. Indole 3-carbinol. Indole 3-carbinol, a compound that is found in cabbages. It is found in, and they say broccoli is man-made. But broccoli have it though. Kale have it though. Brussels sprouts have it though. That indole 3-carbinol. Yeah? They found in these foods. They have specific anti-growth effect in human breast cancer cells that contain estrogen receptors on the surface of that cell. But you're taking tamoxifen, and tamoxifen gives you uterine cancer. Yeah? But the indole 3-carbinol and the compounds found in blueberries, blackberries, berries, strawberries, raspberries, they do the same thing that tamoxifen does without a side effect. So all this indole 3-carbinol, they have specific anti-growth effects in human breast cancer cells that contain an estrogen receptor on that surface of the cell. They don't teach you that. Lycopene, carotenoids were shown in studies, Patrick does. Were shown in studies. Not me. Medical doctor, scientists. Lycopene from tomatoes, from guava. Yeah? And guava too. Guava has lots of it. Golden apple have lots of it, what you call June plum in Jamaica. Was shown in studies to inhibit growth of breast, lung, and endometrial cancer in 2 studies in anti-cancer research. And that is the reason why I could have removed the brother who had cancer in the esophagus from hospice by using these things here, by plugging up the hole in his esophagus, because they sent him home to die, and we took him out of hospice. I can tell you, we took out the sister from Canada from hospice. After giving her 4 months to live, she's living 4 years now, although the cancer was in her brain. So don't tell me these things can't work. There's proof that they do. Lycopene carbinoid or carotenoids, they're shown in studies to inhibit growth of breast, lung, and endometrial cancer. Endometrial cancer, endometrial. When a woman has endometrial hyperplasia, when she have a period, the endometrium become thick after the period now. But if your endometrium as a woman stay thick after 3 and 4 weeks after the period, we know that you could have what we call endometrial hyperplasia, which can lead to uterine cancer. So all these foods here will prevent that, man. Woman, dig that. Last one, last page right here. Once you have cancer, you must work on the circulatory system. And you must have all these organs and all these tissues working well. Otherwise, you never fix cancer. Understand? Yes, sir. Come ugly, man. My brother. You finished, man. You done talk. Yeah? That's how I live. You see? Yeah? That's how I live. And that is how I teach my brother, my brother here. Come, son. Yeah? That's how I teach this brother right here, this brother here. Come, son. Yeah, man. This brother called Kurt Hagel, he doesn't the biggest herbalist in Grenada, trust me. Yeah? And he following, and he helping lots of people. Yeah? So when Elijah passed on the rod to Elisha, but you know your scriptures, yeah? Yeah. Patrick there is going to pass on a rod to Kurt Hagel. You could?
Wonderful.
Great
teacher.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always a pleasure, and I always advise people to listen to the programs from mentor, teacher, and healer. I think a lot of our people right now are not keen listening and are willing to help themselves, not until it's too late, when they depend
Yeah.
on the medical system and by extension, the herbalists and naturopaths. By that time, it could be too late.
Yeah.
The tendency to think that herbs heal, medicine heal, that has always been a concept of our people. But
Yep.
as we know, we say herbs only assist the body to heal itself, but
Yep.
the body is what really does the healing. We have quite a bit of fruits, vegetables in our country still, a lot of which is underutilized, and people always have the tendency to think that eating healthy is expensive. And I always ask people to go to the supermarkets, and if you look at the organic foods, the legumes, I'm not talking about imported vegetables and fruits, like the apples and the grapes. I mean, we know those are quite costly, but the meals that can be made if you so desire to have food from these basic vegetables, fruits that we have, it could do a lot for us. But because of pride, most times, and our belief in what is not cultural to us, we are constantly facing and building even more crisis of diseases, and the mindset is continually straying from what we have to looking forward to somebody else's dietary lifestyle. So we look at the fruits and the vegetables, and as we say, we eat colorful, and the different colors will have different antioxidants, and antioxidants, as we were talking about, is very powerful, and in the fight against cancer, it's one of the number one, because they basically neutralize and as a result prevent the further damaging of cells, because that's where most of it starts from. Even herbs locally, regionally, some of which could be utilized, of course, with proper knowledge and the help of professionals using it wisely. Because there's this thing I'm tired of hearing people saying about, oh, what's the dosage of herbs and herb and drug interaction? Herbs just kill people. If you go into the statistics, I'm sure Patrick is going to enlighten us on that. As to the herb and drug, how many people have died from herbs versus how many people have died from medicine. Medicine, I'm speaking carefully.
Let me correct that.
Yeah.
The third leading cause of death in America is drug-drug interaction. The third leading cause of death in America is drug-drug interaction. A doctor giving you some drugs together, and they contraindicate each other, and you die from that. Yeah? How many people die from drug-herb interaction? 9. And then the herb, the ban was kava kava, because the person used kava kava with maybe some Red Bull with some drugs, and they banned the kava kava. But all the drugs that they put together that killing people, drug-drug interaction, they don't ban the drugs. They don't take it off the market. You see? But if you can know how to use the drugs with the herb, that's what I studied. So I've studied drugs and I've studied herbs. So I would know if you're taking a calcium channel blocker. I know for a fact you can't drink grapefruit juice. You follow me? I know for a fact if you're taking a beta blocker, or you're taking what we call a digitalis, the deroxin or the noxin, I know I cannot give you hot and berries, because it's going to contraindicate what that the noxin is doing. You see? I know for a fact that if you're taking an MAO inhibitor, I can't give you St. John's wort, because St. John's wort acts as an MAO inhibitor also. See? So don't feel that a lot of people be stupid because we've been around, so we know how to use the drug and the herbs together. That's what I was taught, how to use herbs and drugs together. So don't be fooled. Yeah? Anyway, we going to take this hardly again Sunday because we kind of late. Yeah? When I'm leaving for New York, I'll be in New York on Wednesday. And I'm not staying a long period of time because I don't like the cold weather. But because I've had my business to run, I'm back in New York because a lot of orders, and we have been sure to get people orders up because black people function. 2 days, I make an order with more order. So I don't want anybody to get downhearted. And plus, we have lots of scammers. Patrick Dell's Natural Healing of the Body is a scam page, fake page. Patrick Dell Natural Healing Home is a fake page. So I'm saying to you last again, because you all keep on calling me and say to me that you all make an order from me when you all make the order from somebody else, not me. I only have one page because they have the other one, and my page is verified with a blue dot. If you go on Patrick Dell's and you see a Patrick Dell page without a blue dot, that is a fake page. Yeah, I said before, do not send your money for nobody because I don't ask nobody for no money. I'm not a money person. Trust me. That's why I do free consultations. I don't beg people for the money. I live simple. I live a very simple life. You understand? So when you go into Messenger and you message me and I don't answer you, because I said to you before, I do not go to Messenger because them scammers have my picture and they go to Messenger. And they tell them, oh, you send them money and you all thinking it's me, and you all sending them all your money. And then you all come back and say it's me. So I don't be on Messenger. Thirdly, I said to you all, I only have 3 numbers. Ambrosia Health Food Stores, 718-469-0985. 631-530-2329. 1473-416-2310. That's it. If you have a 579 number, area code, that's not me. 479 area code, that's not me. You see? Because they have my picture on WhatsApp too. And they're my scammers. You see? So you have to be very careful. All you have to do is to ask them for FaceTime. And once you ask them for FaceTime, they're going to carry out the phone because they know it's not me. See what I'm saying? So be careful because money hard to come by now and the thing getting worse and worse because that war in the east won't start there and they're going to come to the west because all you're talking about people, God don't deal with no nation no more. God don't deal with no physical Israel no more. God don't deal with no Israel that is a nation no more. God don't deal with no nation. All the nation run by the demon man because he offered Christ. All of them are the Christians. No. So none of the nations is no godly nation. All of them is demonic. So God don't talk about, you don't come at him with this. Oh, Israel is not a nation. There's a people. That's what America put inside there and run of the other people from there. You have to learn these things. You know what I'm saying? They're not a nation. You have to look for the spiritual Israelites. The spiritual Israel. That is what we deal with. We deal with the spiritual Israel, not the physical Israel. Because then, kill all the prophets. All right? They stone all the prophets and kill them off. And they're not even real. Read Revelation 3. We're in New York again. Go and call 718-469-0985. I'm in New York on Wednesday. We're going to see patients from Wednesday evening. And we're going back to Saturday. And we're in the UK, in England on the 5th of December to the 10th of December. God give me health and strength to see another day. And don't put your trust in man. And don't forget things are going to get worse. So prepare yourself and be like Joseph in Egypt. I'm warning you all. It's going to get worse. Because when you think it's peace and safety, it's going to be a sudden destruction. I'm telling you all, listen, man. It's coming into the West. It's coming. So I want you all to do like Joseph. And I want you to save and bank up and bank up and bank up your food so that when the time comes, you could survive like Joseph did in Egypt. Blessed love. Patrick Dells, HolisticHealing.com. Peace and love to everybody.